Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Miami's Kingdom of the Southern Gate. This scene is between Rocky and a very dear friend of hers, Ash. Ash has decided he's going to come over and check on his little bomb buddy. She's went through something slightly traumatic recently, and it hasn't been quite the same since then. And Rose is at work, so figured he'd come check on her for a bit, most likely, so that she's not alone in this time, trying to find herself, as it were.
So yeah, she gets a very gentle knock on the door as to not scare her and make her think it's the popo.
Well, she's not worried about the police. It's other people coming for retribution on the person she decapitated.
That's
But
true.
she will check in the peephole, see who it is, then she has to
It is.
stand on her tippy toes to try and peek through the peephole, but she will see who it is and open the door and give him a smile.
He'll smile down to her. He's so tall.
And
Just kind of tilts his head like, "Oh,
and
I."
she's not quite short, but she's still pretty really short.
He got a quick kind of glance at her when they were basically kind of like doing all the stuff, but he wasn't like in her presence, so he couldn't quite process everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he just it, she can tell that she can tell that he's he's concerned and upset that she's been like that this has happened to her, but not at her.
Mm-hmm. Well, she will gesture for him to come in, stepping aside so that there's room and whatnot.
He's carrying a brown paper bag, and he'll smile and duck as he comes in.
How tall is he?
He's he is over 7 feet in his faming.
Wow,
In his mortal
she's
mean,
under.
yeah.
She's a little under five, like 4'11".
He's a tree. So in his faming, he's very tall. In his mortal mean, he's not so tall. He's only in his like like the high 5 foot range, like 5, 9, 10. But in
Mm-hmm.
his faming, he towers above like 7 feet tall. He's taller Fey wise than Tolia Petrova, who mortally is 7'4". So he
Wow.
basically he'll find a place to delicately kind of fold that big frame.
Have you been sprouting up taller more?
It's summer.
It
He does
is.
a little bit shorter in the winter. He kind of when it's in the fall and winter he shrinks down to about the 6 foot range, but in the spring and summer he gets into the 7 feet range. And he smiles at her.
She's gonna come and sit down, probably on the couch or something, and kind of curl her knees up to her chest.
Ashana made you mac and cheese. Oh, that's his wife, by the way. He kind of pulls out a Tupperware, and well, he's got two of them, and he'll kind of open hers up and slide it over with a plastic fork.
Her knees go from being up to her chest to kind of crossed in her, so she has like a lap as she takes the bowl of mac and cheese and just kind of lifts it up to her nose and takes a deep whiff of it.
It's so good.
She makes the best mac and cheese.
There were so many things about her that endeared her to me, but her cooking was certainly Oof. He kind of closes his eyes and oof. I'll smile. I don't really know what to say. I'm just, wow, it's a lot.
Yeah, that it is.
Are you, how are you doing?
Um, couple nights ago, Rose went to some party or something for something. I don't even know fully. And I thought she got home in the early evening, or maybe it was late evening in my mind. I don't know exactly. But I'd been sitting on the counter in the bathroom, just kind of looking at myself, trying to find myself in this. And she kind of takes her hand in circles around her face, gesturing towards herself. Turns
Um,
out it was mid-morning, and I'd been sitting like that all night.
his brow knits. How time can pass. I once stood still for 2 years, though, so he'll kind of like furrow his brow and look up like, I do understand you.
Yeah, but in some ways, you're kind of that's kind of part of who you are now.
It's true.
Stable growth. I guess it'd be a good way to look at it.
He nods, taking a bite of his food.
Oh God, my legs hurt when I got down though, and started actually moving them.
It's just I'm amazed at the you are remarkably flawless. It's just I guess that's what I always liked about you is that you had this edge of being he'll think on it for a moment because he doesn't want to insult her, but he wants to be forward. You always had this way about you of making the best of the worst situations. You were so resourceful. I assume you still are. So it's a bit jarring to see you look so almost as though you're in stasis. Does that make sense?
She gives a nod. We had to stop her. We had to catch her, and otherwise more people would have been taken, and most kids can't actually handle going through that. The fact that I've been through it once is probably the only reason I made it through it again.
She notices that a tear rolls down his cheek, and he looks down.
The worst part is when she came, I almost didn't spring the trap when we left. That I was perfect. And something about that just made me want to go with her.
I'll nod. I knew when I knew that when this task was set, when I put out the hue and cry for this, that it would be risky and that there would be danger entailed, but I didn't know that my best friend would be the one that was dealt the consequence. She can tell he feels very guilty.
Not everybody goes through the process that some of us do. At least they only skinned me this time and not cut off pieces and replaced them with other parts. Stronger arms, more dexterous fingers, keener eyes.
Are you happy? Are you okay, at least? Are you.
I'm starting to get where I'm not startled by the reflection, though I've contemplated just covering up all the mirrors.
Is there anything I can do?
I don't I don't think so. Just continue being my friend. Like have some semblance of normalcy. Like things aren't completely different. Like I might actually still exist here somewhere.
Has it changed your outlook or the way that you. Has it changed anything inside? I know that the outside is radical, but it's still you.
I can feel something's changed in me, but I'm still trying to figure out what exactly.
I'll kind of chew his lip, thinking.
He was making me to be a doll plaything for the gentry.
You seem more subdued. Not in a bad way, just not in an. It's different. That just might be the shock of it, though. And
Oh, I'm
have you
definitely in shock still.
have you done anything on your routine? Something typical that you've done?
No, I haven't. Mostly been here at Rose's almost exclusively. And she's taken me out a couple times. Once was to do the identity shift stuff because, well, I don't look like I did.
Hmm? I heard even I heard even Claudio was shocked by the shift, and he's seen a lot.
Yeah, but no, I've not even been able to. Every time I see myself, I'm like, am I still there? I'm just wonder, you know?
Hmm.
Am I still me?
I still see your mannerisms haven't changed.
And she kind of gives a little quirky smile.
He'll smile. Your voice is still the same.
That's
The
one of the main points of reassurance I have.
the the structure of your face is still very similar. I can. It's like. Have you ever played that game, The Sims?
Yes.
It's like someone took the base form and maybe nudged the sliders around a little bit, changed the aesthetic, but the foundation is still there. You know?
And she kind of tilts her head thinking about it and gives a little nod.
You didn't click any of the other foundation parts. The face wasn't changed, it just kind of nudged, and you seem a teeny bit shorter. But it's summer, so I might be a lot taller.
It is
But
summer,
he'll just,
but I think I am shorter. She wanted a small little doll, being the smallest, most child-sized. Well,
he looks at her, just hurt for her. He wants to, he has so much emotion inside for his friend. He wants to help her. He wants to, you know, he wants to make everything right, but he also knows that he really can't. And there are some things that she just needs to do for herself. And it's leaving him feeling very powerless. And for a king, especially one who can't protect or fix the person he identifies as his best friend, that's very difficult. So he's basically just watching her, trying very hard not to pity her.
on the upside, I seem to be doing a little better with social interactions, I guess. People seem to be talking to me more. And like these three guys, when we were out shopping, were like just standing there, like staring at me. And I turned to one, I'm like, what, you got a problem? And then they started hitting on me.
Oh my. You, as respectfully as I can put it as a married man, you definitely, he'll just nod. He doesn't want to acknowledge her pretty but cheap pitier.
That she definitely is. Oh, definitely.
He is known to be very, very faithful and loyal to his wife. So for him to even acknowledge that she possesses a beauty is actually a big like thing from him.
Yes.
Well, the way I kind of see it right now is it's a bit of a what's done is done. It's kind of just processing and dealing with the outcome, which of course you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah, I know. And I really appreciate that.
I can the best that I can think to do that aside from just moving forward, I can try to see if one of I can try to see if someone could return your visage to you, but I don't know if you would want that.
By the time that was to happen, I would probably just be getting comfortable with this visage, and then I'd be going through this all over again, wondering which me is the real me, and
That's fair enough. He'll smile and nod. There's going to be, as I understand it, there's a mixer coming up for the different courts. The archive is having, I believe it's his assistant. I haven't met him planning it. Perhaps you should come as one of my guests.
sure.
I mean, it's open, so anyone can come, but he'll grin at her. VIP over here.
I'd like that.
I mean, that'll give us a chance to You can test out these new social skills, apparently.
Yeah, social skills.
She can give me if you want, she can give me wits empathy roll.
Of course, you want what's empathy. So yeah. Without empathy, it's -1 die.
Yes. It's not you can take a die because you're like his because you two are so close and you know him very well.
I actually got 2 successes. Holy cow.
He's so concerned with her right now and with like taking care of her that but now that things are starting to kind of come like to stability, she's starting to see that he has his own problem right now, separate, and he's trying to like he's putting it aside for her, but there is something there that is stressing him.
I really appreciate everything you've done for me.
Of course.
I can see it on your face, though. There's something bothering you.
He opens his mouth to begin to deny it, and then he'll close it and nod.
What's a friend if they can't listen when their friend has problems of their own?
I'm worried about something, but it's not something that I want to alarm people with. It may be nothing, but it may be something. And I'm concerned, but I don't know who to go to about it.
She tilts her head like, really?
He'll shake his head and he said, "I didn't mean like that. I meant it's." He'll shake his head like, "God damn it." You know that bearing children is not something that comes natural to the lost. That our time in Arcadia strips us of our ability. There are interventions, and Ashana and I have been looking into them. He kind of chews his lip like, how do I even say this?
So you're trying to have a child?
Yes, but dot dot dot. I bartered for the ability, but have no memory of what I bartered.
Okay, who did you barter with?
A respected marketer. I was in the market. I remember what I went there for. I went to the market. I remember the deal that Ashana would be able to conceive a child under the light of the full moon. I remember making it. I don't remember anything after that, though. I remember not coming to as though I had passed out, but coming to as though I was missing a fragment of my consciousness. And I caught up with the marketeer and I said to him, what happened? What did you understand? And
Mm-hmm.
he said, this is what you asked for. He didn't say anything else. I was too stunned at the time and off center to really pursue it, especially because I realized if I made too much of a scene, people might realize that he'll kind of point up and down, he's the king. Can't make a scene.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was I bartered. And I feel unsettled by that. I don't think going into it I would have I don't think had I known that I wouldn't remember what it was that I bartered, that I would have been okay with that. So I'm embarrassed. This is it's a bit of a you see the stickiness of the situation I'm in.
She tries not to smirk at the use of stickiness because her brain goes to two substances. One a tree has, another that men have.
He just tilts his head back and looks up like, oh my god. And then looks back down at her with a smile. There you are.
Yeah, I see the delicacy of the situation.
Delicacy, that's a better word, thank you. Though he
I
is
can
very, very,
go
very
and
good.
have
His friend in there.
I I can go and have a word with the marketeer and see what I can find out. I still have my big gun if need be.
Oh
I'll
my.
get answers.
You'd bring a
That's
friend.
just,
I'm not doubting your ability, but I don't want you to. I'll just kind of.
you want me to bring somebody to make sure that I don't just shoot him.
No, actually, I was okay. Hold on. He'll hold a hand up, like, okay, yes, thank you. That's a point, but I was more worried about your safety.
Have you have you even seen my rifle my gun right now?
I am absolutely and positively sure that your gun would make a battleship look like a toy.
No, the
But
barrels aren't quite that big.
he just flutters his eyes in exasperation. But he's enjoying it. He's having a ball.
And she puts her half-eaten macaroni down. Hold on a second, and she runs to her room real quick, grabs her seven-barreled shotgun, comes back out.
Why did you need seven? Six wasn't enough. You couldn't keep it at a good, honest, even number.
I was told seven's a lucky number.
Okay, it is. So is six. You know what? I'm not going to judge. It's beautiful.
Only downside is when I fire all of them at once, it knocks me clean on my ass. I can handle the
That's
kickback from like a couple barrels. Three starts hurting. All seven, I'm on my ass. I tried standing against a wall once. Oh my god, I almost broke my shoulder.
it's a Gatling gun.
Kinda.
It's like the last samurai in here. Oh my god.
But I can cock all of the barrels at once.
Well, I
I
couldn't with
promised
you.
I promised Rose I wouldn't shoot anything in the house though. She almost gets a sad look, like she wants to show it off.
Like he'll notice her look. Do you want to take a walk?
She starts to get really excited and then she's like, I don't know. I don't have anything to blow up right now.
I have an ABBA CD collection. It's not mine, but
We can do that if you want.
And a cutout of Justin Bieber.
Oh.
You know when you buy those storage lockers full of stuff just to get the crap that's inside them?
Mm-hmm.
Those are an excellent source of glamour, but sometimes you end up with nothing but collections of ABBA CDs and Justin Bieber cutouts and large moose heads wearing Christmas hats.
That where that moose head came from?
The one above my bathtub? Yep, that one. His head he nods, walking.
Good to know.
I need something to hang my poof off of.
Your poof off of.
My bath
Oh,
poof. Well, the bath poofy, the body tool. Oh, an axe. He just walks.
she puts it in a bag so it's not obvious that she's carrying this super huge gun around.
Why do I see this thing like bulging the bag?
It's more like a duffel bag, so it's
It's corn. Leave me alone. So he will take her back to the freehold, and he'll go to the junk room. Essentially, it's in the hedge part, so he'll kind of like start looking through crap to for her to shoot.
and when given the chance she will shoot. Oh, will she shoot? She will shoot something fierce.
He will let this girl shoot like Annie Oakley. Like she can shoot up anything she wants in this room.
And she'll show off the single and two barrel options, and then she's gonna stand kind of in the middle of the room and like hit all seven hammers so that they all fire at once. This might even knock you on your ass.
He'll 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 literally just flop right where he's standing, like just cross his legs under him, just going down, like just boop, and smile.
And she will take aim at that Justin Bieber thing, pull the trigger. She will fly back like 10 feet and kind of slide a little bit on her ass. But she's just laughing.
Yeah, he gasped and covered his ears and like got huge eyes and a little old mouth.
That Justin Bieber thing is pretty well almost disintegrated.
It looks like it spontaneously combusted.
Just about.
Bieber
Yeah.
himself probably felt that.
And there may or may not be a few holes in the wall behind it.
He just starts laughing, like just that free laughter.
Oh, this feels good.
I'm glad.
You want to try it?
Oh, I could. Okay, sure.
And she'll hand it to him.
He'll shoulder it. He'll make sure he's not terribly good with firearms. That's not his weaponry. Um, but he'll get her to load it up and make sure everything's ready to go.
She will.
And he'll take aim at this really hideous silver colored, like spray painted Chippendale dresser. It's one of those things where somebody tried to go Pinterest and went no.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll kind of take aim at it and give it a give all seven a pull. As he is so large, it's not that he doesn't go down, it's that he goes down hard. And just kind of looks up at the ceiling on his back like that was the best.
She is laughing, clapping her hands like, oh my God, that was amazing.
That was awesome. We're making
Yes.
so much noise in here.
Yeah. I'm expecting guards to come running soon.
Probably. I want to see myself get thrown out of my own court. Except not in his coup. That would be. He'll just kind of look up at the ceiling like, no coups today.
I don't see why they'd ever want to coup you.
That sounded vaguely, well, just lets it go.
Okay, well, she might coo at you because that's kind of a birdie type sound, but
He'll get up. He'll hop up. I have a question for you. I've talked to Ashana about this.
okay.
Once we have our child, and the time comes about, would you like to be her fairy godmother?
She kind of like perks up, like, me? Really?
Of course. Who else would I ask? Like he's like, oh, I mean, of course I have options. You're not like the only choice. But
I'd be honored.
he'll laugh. He'll actually give her a hug.
She'll gladly take the hug.
I can't wait to see what it was that I bartered off. This is going to be priceless. I can't think of any memory it was, but then again, if it was something like a memory, I would have forgotten.
Yeah. You trade, maybe it was the memory of making deal that you traded?
That seems that's clever, but it also seems cheap. You know what I mean?
Makes me think that there was more than just that was bartered.
Exactly.
Give me the guy's name, I'll go have a word with him. Peacefully, calmly, friendly like. I'll even bring somebody with me.
Okay, there we go. He's like, he was like, how?
Well, I don't have to take that, and she points to the gun.
Does it come in a mini version?
I have a 4-barrel pistol that I gave to Rose. Because she really liked it after using it during the fight with the gentry.
Oh. Okay. I'll give you the NPC's name on type out.
Okay.
He'll give her the name, minor details. He's one of the roving marketeers. He came highly recommended, but I don't remember making the bargain. So I'll kind of bite his lip. Thank you for handling that for me.
You're welcome. What are friends for, right?
He'll floof her hair and put an arm around her. Okay, let's go before they think we're taking down the court.
Yeah, probably. And she bags the gun back up so that people aren't giving them funny looks.
He sticks on like an ultra American hat with like an eagle and flags and like fireworks. Just like fuck it. It's one of the American hats. Is that a good place to end?
Yeah.
Awesome. You have the button.
I know. Thank you for playing. Thank you, watchers, for when you watch us for watching. Goodbye.